No thanks, love. Not today. I've got plenty. Who is it?
BBC.
Who, where? I thought you were the gas man. Come in. Come in and have a mooch around. Sex Pistols, eh? Enough said. But who've we got over here? Georgie! Bona vibes, eh, George? God love you. You make a lovely noddy. Those were the days, eh? Brezhnev, Gorbachev, you come so far, so fast, so quick.
He was on the dance floor, I gazed through the light.
San Francisco, where I come across the bridge to and from, earthquake 89. But let's come out the shadows and into the light for a dignified, effective demonstration of our living room. Art gallery! Are you all right there, Charlie? They haven't moved, have they?
No, Margie.
I caught them tap dancing last week. Oh, Charlie, I'd love to be a painter of the tarts. I mean art. I'd just love to paint. But me and paints don't get along. Daft as the brush, mate. But I'd do a marvellous transformation scene. Never go anywhere without me bits. Alchemy, make bold. Paint to canvas.
You're not the same. With your lipstick, powder and paint, you're all dressed up like a what you ain't. You spray your hair a different shade. We go into a movie, not a masquerade. War paint, war paint. You don't need a war paint, war paint. Can't you see you're not going to fight a war? You're only going out with a boy next door. When you put your hand on my chest, you get lipstick on my vest. You may think that you look cute. I don't think it's funny when you ruin my suit.
The ancient Britons used to do this. They used Rimmel, woad.
You're not going to fight a war. You're only going out with a boy next door.
Base metal to gold. Come and meet me mates. They're leaving the 20th century. Jimmy the Frog meets Pinky Purcell. Oh, the girl's gotta earn a crust. Hey, Charlie, what star sign are you?
Capricorn.
Wash is whiter than God.
Isn't it?
And what about new beginnings? Female technology. Aries with Albion, the first whiz of life. Taurus, we've got the method, our construction's built to last. Hey, watch that Gemini. A mind's just flashed past. This little baby, she's called Virginia Organism. Now, don't ask me why. Just take it good and long. Where have you been? Gailey's been waiting for you. Mrs. Dither always spends the time at the shops and can't make her mind up. But she looks happy now, though. Ah, romance in the hands of Jimmy the Frog. Liverpool. Scotland Road's famous rotunda, where our mate Pinky Purcell did a first rendition of Love Popped Out of Me. Our window on the world. Charlie, we need more art. I've shown all me Jamie Reeds, but if I don't get to the shops, we'll end up with a starving artist on our hands. £5 of potatoes and a Picasso, a cauliflower and a packet of Cezannes, 2 bottles of milk and a Daily Miro. Right, Charlie, keep the room on a low bake, regular 3. I won't be long. And Charlie, you might think the BBC has given me £500 to spend on art, but don't be fooled. This is my gas bill. See ya. There's nothing in that place. Talk about about £5 of potatoes and a Picasso? More like £5 of sugar and no other dooley. Now that's more like it. How much, girl?
500 balloons.
Yeah, but how do I get it in my handbag? Keep smiling. See ya. Fallows, Senior Lecturer at the Liverpool Art School. Can you tell me about art?
Well, art is a highly addictive substance that once hooked, people have the habit for life.
And what's the antidote?
The antidote? I don't think there is one as yet.
Well, it used to be pop music in this town, didn't it? Going back to 20 years. But now it looks to me that if you want to become a star, you become a painter.
People have stopped taking up the guitar and are taking up the paintbrush instead.
And how about John Lennon? Because you sat next to him, didn't you, in the art school?
Everybody sat next to John Lennon in the art school.
Michelle and Rowley, would you tell me about the inspiration for your art?
It's just about the contradictory attitude that people have to the environment, wanting to exploit it on one hand and to conserve it on the other. And it's something that can't be resolved.
Do you think, Michelle, that the art game is going to be good to you?
No, I don't think it is at all. Not as a young artist. England, the whole society in England is not geared to looking on art as something of value. They look down on it. They think artists are a bunch of dossers. That's not their fault. It's just the educational system in this country doesn't give anybody an appreciation of what art is and what it's about. They just do not understand what it is.
Michelle, do you think art's dangerous?
I don't think art's dangerous. I think individuals who use art for their own gain are dangerous.
Like who?
You can't name people.
Yeah, but do you mean the painters, or do you mean the people who distribute art?
I mean individuals who become famous because they are in a certain clique. They are part of a clique, and the clique promotes them, and they have no integrity or honesty about them at all. And they give artists a bad name. It's a business world. It's not about art and artists. It's about business and making money. It's got nothing to do with artists at all.
Now, it's time for me to get creative with my handbag. So open up your pockets. There's 100 knicker going in there. And when you haven't got a pocket, a jumper will do.
$1.30.45.
Dion, do you think the art game will be good to you?
Well, it depends on the level. I mean, I see myself working in two areas. One which is sort of a mainstream and visible area, and one which is a hidden stream, which is a black woman's creativity, which is where I'm leaning towards now, and it's where I've gained my most support, and that's, you know, where I'm exhibiting at the moment in a group show with 6 other black women, which is international, which is quite
a breakthrough.
You know, it's a breakthrough, and it's a breakthrough for black women to begin to talking across, you know, in a global perspective. You know, black women in this country.
Well, they're on the front line, aren't they? You know,
well,
in the Wales situation,
yeah.
South Africa, that's the front line, you know. And hopefully they'll lead the way for everyone else. But Dion, I've got a few bob here for you and your girl. Come on, Dion, let's fill you up.
No virtue in poverty, is there, Margie?
Nope.
Billions of pounds. Billions of pounds.
Hello, Miss Sarah Esslinger.
Hello, Margie.
Can you tell me what your painting's called?
It hasn't got a name. It's just a monoprint that was inspired by architecture of Liverpool.
Which bit of Liverpool is it that you got the inspiration from?
Well, I went around looking at all the windows and reflections, and I took it into colour and line, so I abstract it to so that it's not actually, you can't actually tell it's actually a side of a building there. I'm hoping to go on to do sort of one-off designs in textiles. You know, this I took on through into a rug, and that's the sort of thing I like working, doing prints and then working on into other things that can be more of a commodity.
But I'm going to now try and set up an example of how to buy art, and you just put your hand to your handbag. Are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Mr. Fallows was right, you know. Art is addictive. I've bought 3.
Billions of pounds, billions of pounds.
Kill them some way.
Corruption. Billions of billions of billions of billions of billions of pounds, billions of pounds.
Kill them some way.
Oh, I've got you 3 lovely patents. Border. Now, won't that just go nice at my curtains? Stephen Appleby, Garry Mouat, I'll just have to nip off to the Young Unknowns Gallery. You mind them. Excuse me, love. Do you know where the unknown people are?
Next door.
Be thanking you.
Okay. Bye.
Hiya, Stephen.
Hello, Margie.
How are you?
Fine, thanks.
Oh, made up your ear. I've come to buy your picture.
Brilliant.
What's it called?
Well, it's Arguing Chairs picture. It's about chairs that, like people having a favourite chair, their chairs are favourite people, and they're arguing about which person belongs to which.
Well, who do the chairs belong to?
Well, the one on the left belongs to Captain Star, who's in the photograph hanging on the wall.
Who's Captain Star?
He's the captain of Starship the Boiling Hell. It's in a comic strip that I draw every week in the Observer.
Could you tell us what's the Boiling Hell?
Well, it's the largest starship ever built, and it's cruising somewhere off in distant space where completely lost with a navigator who isn't very keen on navigation.
Doesn't know his way?
No, he was forced through navigation school by his parents.
And what's the Boiling Hell designed on?
Well, based on a carrot.
A carrot?
Really.
And this character here, who's she?
That's Officer Scarlet's chair.
Officer Scarlet. Can no one else sit there?
Well, not really, or they'll get a bit of a mouthful.
And what about Limbs Jones? He normally appears in your work, doesn't he?
Yeah, the atomic engine stoker. He's got 9 heads and 6 arms from years of stoking atomic furnaces with fuel down in the depths of the ship.
Steve, where'd you get your ideas for your work?
Well, I get them really just from everyday life, ordinary life, because, you know, no matter how sort of fantastical I might apparently make them, they start with ordinary things, like, you know, what my girlfriend does, or if my car breaks down, maybe the spaceship breaks down, or things like that.
What school did you go to train to be an artist?
Well, I went to Newcastle Polytechnic and did graphic design, and as I got more into drawing, I then, you know, went on to the Royal College and did illustration there.
In London?
Yeah, in London.
Was that dead posh?
It's sort of fairly posh. It's got a poshness about it, that's true. I did actually work a lot at home when I was there. It's a good place to go to for the facilities and everything, but it was...
But you're a natural aristocrat anyway, aren't you? Slightly fallen, like the rest of us. Right, Steve, it's time to do our transaction.
Okay. Here's a picture.
Happy days.
That's right.
Now it's time to open your hands and close your eyes.
Brilliant.
Thanks a lot, Peter.
Thank you very much.
It was enlightening.
Great.
See ya!
Bye.
Ooh, 1 over the 8, eh?
All right, darling. Are you for hire?
Certainly, up in.
Great.
Hey, all right, John. Do you know where I can buy some paintings, art?
As it happens, there's a big sale on in Cork Street.
Hey, what do you know about the art game, John?
What do I know? Mona Lisa, man has made you.
Go ahead.
You're so like a lady with a mystic smile.
Mystic smile.
Is it only 'cause you're lonely they have named you?
Shibu.
For that Mona Lisa strain is in your smile.
You're the one, John.
You're so like...
Keep your eye on that and the clock running.
Absolutely.
Cooey!
Oh, hello.
Jasmine!
Yes, that's me.
Margi Clarke,
Hello.
pleased to meet you.
Okay, yes, what can
I wanted to know about art, so I thought if I come to your gallery, because I've heard an awful lot about it, that you'd fill me in.
Well, actually, it's more of a shop, you know, we don't sort of teach it. We sell art. But, I mean, I'll show you what we've got, with pleasure.
Oh, would you?
Do you have any idea at all what you...
Well, I think what I've been impressed by is everything is in the same colours as me. Did you know I was coming?
Well, it's true, you're wearing a lot of colours, but is that what you like to do?
Well, I love colours. Do you know colourful paintings? Do they cost more than black and white?
Well, it's true that at the present time, with certain artists' work, the more colourful ones are the more expensive. That's really Far Eastern taste, you know, they seem to like bright colours in Singapore.
Is that the cost of the paint or the cost of the fashion?
Oh, I don't quite follow you.
Is it the materials that cost more?
Oh, no,
Or is it...
no. The things cost the same whether you're doing black and white or colour, I think. But I don't actually do it myself. But it's just that people, the new sort of market, you know, the sort of stockbroker chaps in the Far East, like a lot of bright colour.
They need a lot of colour, though, don't they? Because it's awful dull on that stock exchange. There's no windows.
Well, I suppose it's true. Yes, I never go to their homes. I mean, I sell the stuff. It's a bit of a shop here. I mean, I don't go follow the product through to the end. I don't know where they put the pictures when they bought them.
Casman, this is High Church. As high up as you can go. And I suppose...
High Church. I mean, the kids come in here with their sandwiches and laugh at you. I mean, no one's sort of carrying on as though they're in a museum.
Do you know the Cabbage Patch dolls?
Sorry, what?
You know those Cabbage Patch dolls that they've got?
I've missed those. I don't... Where'd you get those?
Oh, they're all the rage, all over the
see,
shops. Now, you can buy these dolls, but you've got to produce some sort of ID that you'll look after the doll. Are you ever concerned that they might eat the paintings or something like that?
No, I get your point. I have met people in my trade who get very, very worried that people aren't going to look after Henry Moore bronzes right, you know, polish them and do the through. They actually check up a year later to see if people are dusting them properly. I don't do that, you know. I mean, I haven't got that worry, really. I get cross if I see someone misusing a work, right? By chance, I see they've hung it upside down, or, you know, there are other ways of misusing it.
Well, Casman, how do you get to know painters?
Well, some I met, actually, when they were still at school, at art schools, you know. I go around the art schools and look at degree shows, that sort of, some like that, and some just admiring exhibitions, maybe in another city, you know, in Paris or in New York.
You know, in the 60s, well, you supported David Hockney.
Bought his work, yes.
How did you find him?
Well, that was again in a student show, a thing called the Young Contemporaries, and he was one of the people I liked, and I bought a picture. Decided I'd like to meet him and see more.
And the relationship then went over years, didn't it?
Yes, he really actually was without money, you know. It was, you know, I don't think he had a half bottle of milk, actually. And I did say that I'd buy them all and sell them all, yes.
But you know, when you buy a piece of art, and say, like, you can get it off a student for £100, does Cork Street automatically up the value of the work of art, or does it have to go through a life to do that?
No, I mean, there is a limit to what you can say a picture should be priced at, but you'd expect it to be roughly twice as much in a gallery in Cork Street as in the artist studio at home, roughly speaking.
Well, say you get, like, plenty of handbag for a painting in Cork.
Plenty of, sorry?
Handbag.
Yeah. I'm not
money.
I see. Yes.
If you get plenty of money for a painting in Cork Street, does that mean that you still look after the painter? He still gets a good few bob out of it?
Yes, you agree an arrangement. I mean, it depends on the degree of commitment. I mean, if you say, I'm going to give you so much a year and buy a lease on a flat and all that to look after you totally, then you might say, let's do 50-50. But if you're just doing it in a rather more casual way, saying, bring me in a few pictures and I'll sell them for you, usually take a third as the deal, and he gets 2/3 as the...
Casman, I've come with a few bob, 100 nicker, to spend on art. What have you got, mate?
£100?
Yeah.
Gosh, I don't have an awful lot. Let me think. I mean, I did used to have a lot for £100. I mean, you could have bought 2, 3 Hockney drawings 20 years ago.
Can't we go back in time?
I can't really do that, you see.
Inflation.
Yes. I haven't even got a print for £100.
Happy days then, sure is.
Okay.
Bye! Good party, eh?
Hey, John, I was only £5 million short. Let's do it, Dusty.
John, where am I going to buy art? Garry Mouat, take us to Battersea.
He is a West Ham supporter.
They need all the art they can get.
Are you decent?
As I'll ever be. Come up.
Well, hello, Mr. Mouat.
Come in. Welcome. I'd like to take your shoes off and sit down here.
So you've just got back from India?
Yes, that's right.
What did you find?
Well, I'll show you.
Great. Oh, that's lovely. It's like a spring day.
Particularly like this one.
Have you got a name for this one?
Well, they're all a collection of lingums, really.
What's
an
a
Indian.
lingam?
Oh, it's an Indian word for the phallus, which the Hindus worship.
So do we.
Yes, Celts.
How did New York get in there?
I don't know. I think it's the devil's work.
Garry, do you think the art game will be good to you?
Well, I pray to God that it will. But I think not in this country, not in the British Isles, unfortunately.
Yeah, but do you think that maybe because art at the moment is like an invisible industry, that, you know, we produce great TV, great theatre, good art, good interior design. Do you think that one day that will come right out into focus, that we are a nation that's producing great art?
Well, I think it's happening already. I mean, most of the art's being exported, though. I mean, you have to look in other countries around the world to see English artists who are successful, apart from your standard famous artists, if you like.
Hockney and the like. Do you think that you'll make your living from paintings?
At the moment, I'm in the position where I have to subsidise my painting by doing graphic design.
You love computers, don't you? Computer art and that.
Well, I'm very interested in the hand and the computer. Hand-made marks and the marks that a computer makes. That kind of interaction.
Like taking modern technology through to a very cosmic end.
Well, yeah, I mean, there have been developments all over the world in chaos where they have found intrinsic order in chaos.
Better believe it. Let's have a little float through the rest. Oh, she's nice.
It's funny you say she.
I like that too. It's like a Paisley explosion.
The eternal spiral.
Garry, that's it. That's the one I want. What's it called?
Well, up to now it's been untitled, but perhaps BBC £100?
I'm putting me money on that.
Thank you. Don't forget your shoes.
Gas. BBC, thank you. gas refund department, please.
I beg your pardon? A gas bill? I'm sorry, I'm afraid you have the wrong department.
Yeah? Hey, well, if I don't get my refund good and plenty, I'll pull the plug on this show. Won't I, Charlie?
Have you an ID card?
I never go anywhere without me bits. Do you know the way to the gas refund department, mate?
6th floor, just follow the signs.
Happy days, eh?
Anybody in? I've come for me money.
Come on in. Not you again. Your days are well over, mate. These Captain Stars have only just begun. East wing for you, Garry. Au revoir. Boner. Hey, there's jobs going next door. And they're off. Well, the art game has been good to my gas bill.